Commentary team, Sid Waddell and Dave Lanning.
When giants collide, the expressions irresistible force and immovable objects come to mind. But to continue the musical theme, if Phil Taylor 96 is to be contained, then this man, James Wade, will have to accentuate the positive, because Taylor has been at his most omnipotent.
So Dave Lanning starts to support the omnipotent. Shall guest commentator, I'm sure Stephen Fry would like. We asked him for a stage character to match this man. He said, Othello. But we think he's a colossus who have bestrode the world of darts. But this man holds the title, beat King a year ago, and Taylor beat him 16-8 2 years ago, and Taylor's resented that ever since, because he wants everything. He has the best form of greed in sport. Greed for glory. Beautiful, perfect dart, Dave Lanning.
Yes, if you just joined us, we should tell you it's the best of 19 legs, first to 10, and it's the 501 distance, of course. This is James Wade throwing a 20-gram unicorn dart there, the lightest in the Premier League, against Phil Taylor at 26 gram, which by comparison are the heaviest. So just 6 grams between them.
140.
Yeah, great difference in the projectiles. Taylor was beaten by Wade, Manley, Jenkins in the Premier League 2 years ago, and then chose these bomber darts instead of his needle darts. They were difficult to throw. Then he did 116 average for a world record against John Part.
36.
Came in on 108 average, having beaten Mervyn King. James only 96. We'll have to up the ante. Double 8 to give it Andy. Alrighty! Yes,
James Wade,
as they say on the boards.
Well, what a start from Wade. There is the finish on 136. He started with 180, and that really was something very special. Wade in the mood, and he has hit Phil Taylor with a very crisp uppercut in the first round.
In the Premier League in the last 2 years, he's the only man to beat this man twice. Beat him in Glasgow, then he beat him in Aberdeen in 09. Now you have got, that was Coventry, he beat him the second time, but he is the holder, James Wade. In that match earlier against Whitlock, went 4-1 in no time, did Wade. Then got double trouble, but the flow of that arm, it is instinctive talent on facing manufactured talent. Said that Eric Bristow did not make him a player, he made him a winner. We shall see. Perfect dart to continue towards that magic 9. There's an ocean to the left of the marker.
180.
We're on the edge of our seats at Aberdeen when Barney did the 9 darter. They call it
100. Phil, you require
147 shot then for a 9-dart finish from Philip Taylor. Hold your breath. Treble 17. Double 18 for a moment of history.
He did it! He did it! A 9-darter in answer. I do not believe my Godlin bins.
Well, there is Philip Taylor, and there is his opponent, and that you have joined in and shared a moment again of sporting majesty and television history.
Absolute brilliant, Barney. And a few weeks ago, Taylor did that just to show. He tried to beat Mervyn King 8-0 earlier, and he has given the perfect answer. We had about 7,000 people should have got in last night. They're making enough noise, these lot, tonight. About 2,500. It's certainly worth coming here, Dave.
Well, if you had any doubts at all about the quality of dart play coming your way, let us just remind you,
58.
James Wade won the first leg with a 180 start and a 136 checkout. And Philip Taylor has just done a magical 9-dart finish. It simply does not get better than that.
In the league itself, which we've been playing for 14 weeks in Belfast, Taylor at weight 8'2", 105 average. In Sheffield in week 10, Wade should have won. That was 7-7. This is and he's in such a mood. He practiced boxing with Stephen Fry. He really boxed me, punched me in the plexus. He played pool with Tommy Cox. He's as relaxed as a guy on Blackpool Beach. Taylor.
Incredible. Taylor back of stage there.
85.
Looked like he was doing an impression of Liberace playing the piano. Quite remarkable. Look at those averages. It's absolutely towering.
Remember world record 116, which he did against Hart at Aberdeen in the league last year. That is under duress tonight.
Right at the top of this evening, Sid, I said we had an extra day, and the feeling was it was going to be extra special. It has been extraordinarily special. If it goes on at this pace, well, if it goes on like this, it'll be the greatest darts match ever likely to be seen.
104.5 would handle most. Not the power was on world record form. The phenom who did 3-9 daughters in 06, who's won 3 major titles, including the match play at Blackpool.
58.
The holder in the black
110.
against the Stokey Kogi. Useless act for the lie. Has to come for cover. Tops for more. Pin! It's incredible! If you're watching footy on another channel, you don't. This is something else.
Well, we are rapidly running out of superlatives. Taylor, a 9-darter.
100.
James Whale, 136 checkout. Taylor, 110 checkout. Somebody ring the Guinness Book of Records.
Settle for a glass of fizzy water to pour over us too, Dave. The tongue is feeling the tungsten heat here. How did he use that line? I'm telling you, this is special. I've been doing this for 33 years, Dave, for about 40. This is a special match. The holder up against
100.
Taylor's going for 5 Premier League wins. To add to that cabinet that includes 15 world titles. He's hitting the middle of the bottom of the bed. This will be brilliant. Magic. If he can get this in at the right, he's brilliant. Oh! Use the central line! Fantastic!
It just goes on and on, doesn't it? Quite terrific. And if there's any doubts at all, as we said, about the sheer quality, this is the best there is in this business. And this crowd here who responded magnificently are really having a feast of arrow play.
55.
It's terrific.
Stephen Fry said earlier, the parallel with acting was control as well as relaxation. Apparent paradox. Right. 2 balls, double 16, says our spotter Keith Della.
Good.
2 red bits.
Treble 19 would leave the ball wherever he did this in Blackpool. And now the ball, how much of it can he see? Oof.
86.
He is human.
Danger requires 64.
Treble. 8. Usually good here. Red bit. It's a handy lie. Has to dip. 1/4 inch.
Game charge and a full flare.
And
James Wade.
there's Taylor acknowledging that Wade
Flag
has
field to
ridden
first.
a really
Game on.
heavy punch and has come back and it's all square. And as our friend Stephen Fry's old sparring partner Bertie Wooster would say, this is the butter on the spinach.
140.
Oh, well, I'd prefer a bit of peas pudding in the middle of that sandwich, Dave. But I'd gobble it up. This is magic. Perfect lie by Wade. Got to tickle the wrong side. The holder.
80.
Trying to hang on to the tail cuts of the Stoke Whirlwind. Sitting on 117. Jim is just below a ton.
Taylor there, taking himself down, but Wade with a ton 40, ton 80 here. Remember, this is against the throw for Wade. If he wins this leg, it could be important.
100.
And coming in, Wade had a 95 average against Whitlock, Phil 108 average against Mervyn King, and wait for this, no winning leg more than 15. That is the statistical underpinning
55.
to the power, and they know it. You're loving it here at Wembley on the hill.
Wade, his 3-dot average, as you can see from our captioning, had just slipped below triple digit, as they say in
100.
America. Taylor's still up there. Absolutely mountainous, 112, nearly 113. He's still piling it on.
As he's finding the bottom of the
120.
318s in the floor.
Yes, it was. Clearly, and we should remind you that the score does not count unless the point of the dart is in contact with the board at the moment of retrieval. So that was 54, as you rightly said, Sid,
100.
on the floor.
Will you require 86?
14 darter coming in, Weird right on his heels though. Treble 18 leaves double 7. Across the board, 4, 2 7s. So again,
To the fifth
on
leg.
the precise millimetre he wanted.
James
So near the
Gerwen.
wire, it looked magnetised.
And still, despite this hurricane assault from Taylor, Wade is still in this match and could go into the break at 3 apiece. It has been the most absolutely brilliant opening session of darts I think we have seen, Sid, and that's saying something.
He's on fire. He's in every part of that 60. He's
177.
understacking, overstacking, hokey cokey stacking tonight.
You know, Sid, we've never ever seen 2 9-darters in one night. Could this possibly be it?
100.
That's what he's thinking. 2 in one night, because he's that sort of lad. Greedy for the glory of Tungsten. Perfection, unlucky son.
And you saw by the expression on his face that he was
99.
thinking about it. The man's incorrigible.
Brilliant lie, brilliant setup, brilliant angle, brilliant lie. Still there, the central dot.
140.
And unquestionably, the form of Phil Taylor is bringing out the very best in James Wade, and that means it's pure magic.
Well, I'll take you back to Knots last year when Wade beat Jenkins 8-1, 108 average, 8 180s, then had 6 against Taylor. He can do 40 180s in a night, James. He might be pushed to do that here to handle the power in this form. The power's now averaging 117.
And Wade needed this 1-2-1 because Taylor on 45
81.
in this mood.
Phil, you
Should check
require
this out
45.
for a convincing gap in the scores.
Pivotal to put 2 legs of air between him and the choler. The
To
holder
the sixth leg.
trips behind 4-2. And now you can refeast your eyes. Get back and wait your 9-darter. First time he's televised and ending of the 9-darter at double 18.
Game on.
You are seeing something very, very special. He's sitting on an average of 115.5 and he's making it look easy. Mind, he did 118.5 against Anderson a few months back, and he did 116 against Part televised that last one in Aberdeen. He's in the mood to break the world record, folks. Take it from David Sid.
Yes, of course, finishing on a double 18, which we haven't seen before,
60.
but just a reminder, and I'm sure old-timers who watched the first ever 9-dart finish on television back in October 1984, John Lowe finished on double 18 that night, so in a way, Phil Taylor just stirring up some fascinating memories for
140.
long-standing darts fans.
And the doyen of darts commentators, Dave Ladden, picked up 12 grand on a bet, and you can't tell in his voice. Go listen. Lovely second dart by Wade. Beautiful.
100.
Got the weight of the dart right now. Look at that. Deliberate use of the barrel to bounce it. This is ominous. This accuracy. This is phenomenal. Side stacker even.
120.
Well, that was unlucky. Just watch it again. You'll see it was going into the treble segment and just picked up On impact, the dart's already in the target, and that threw it onto the deck. Unlucky from Phil Taylor.
123.
He's lost 2 or 3 darts now, Sid, but still throwing
122.
115 average. Quite astonishing.
Quite astonishing. Bull double 16. Oh, just a smidgen too much shoulder power in that.
102.
And I'll remind you of a match in Coventry in 09 when James was 4-1 down at Barney, did 7 on the trot with an average of 120. He's still in this, is weird.
100.
And now
Do we
Philip
require
Taylor
40?
with 3 clean darts at double top. He would not get a bet against missing. That's 1 above the wire. Still, the target is open. Yes, that infinitesimal move across the board into the
accuracy.
left-hand side.
Split the difference perfectly to the lie on 66% of the bed. And Wade not got the rhythm to use the lie well.
60.
Slack visit. Got to win this leg,
Yes, he
or
has.
else Wade is history.
Yes, he has, and it would take a monumental effort if he were to go 6-2 down against Taylor in this mood against 113 average. Well, there's no man on the planet that could live with that.
100.
No question, no man in the galaxy.
Well, I've been getting a lot of stick about me stackers. In fact, I'm called hayseed in some circles. But he has developed the side stacker. Wait for it.
90.
Yes, Sid Waddell and his old stack magic.
Dave Lannon, as usual, got me under his spell. M-A-J-I-C. Spells magic!
100.
Well, it is just such an enormous pleasure, isn't it, to be here, to be present, to watch a master like Taylor at work. He's being fully extended. James Wade isn't being blown away.
140.
Normal cornfields, chaff is blown away. You are looking at a class act. James Wade, the holder of this title, the Mervyn King, a year ago. Brilliant use of the last start.
Yes, the 4 finals, you know, that Taylor has won, Sid. Opponent never got more than 8 legs in the final. He's dominated the finals, but he's certainly not dominated James Wade. Terrific. Again,
171.
wonderful riposte from Wade, leaving him a shot, and he'll have a poke at it because Taylor can't finish on 201. Wade has actually dominated this leg against Taylor at his peak.
Only a 96 average coming into this against Whitlock. He's put his average up with to 103. This to peg back. That's halfway to Neaston. That's not
in the A flag. James Wade. 9 flag Phil to throw first.
Taylor with the throw. We watch
Game
again as Wade cleverly appeared to use the first start as a roll off the barrel special into the double. Taylor again, imperious.
140.
both come from darting families. Jim's grandma, great player. Played against his family, got real good really early from a World Youth Champion. Taylor, brilliant, could average about 95 when he was 17. Decided to be the John Travolta of Burslem. Got a white suit, was out of the game till he was 26. Then he met Bristol and the rest. It's Tungsten history, Dave.
100.
Sounds like a kind of fairy tale that our guest Stephen Fry might talk about. Granny Wade and her magic darts from Aldershot. Wonderful.
Well, anybody who can call a book Moab, be my washpot. There you go.
100.
My sort of lad. There you go. Seeing you, dentist, pal. Well, we had the twilight of the gods yesterday
123.
when Barry Hearn forgot to put 50 pence in the electric meter. But we're supercharged with tungsten electricity tonight.
And Taylor on with an opportunity again for another
58.
party piece finish. 138, well within his range in this
138.
mood for 6-3, 138 the kill. Looking at treble 20.
Treble. Slacker start, he's thrown at the cover of that.
96.
Taylor's gone 147, check out 110, James 136. Got to puncture a hole in 283 here. Has to get another treble. to put a whisker of pressure on the power.
Field required.
But Taylor's
42.
got 6 darts at 42 for a 6-3 lead. Now double 16, grinning at him.
Needs finesse, needs delicatesse down the barrel. Oh! Didn't get enough contact on the line.
Taylor knows he'll be back with Wade unable to check out on 183.
85.
Taylor's missed 2 darts in the double.
32.
He hasn't been that careless right throughout the match. Once again, double 16. No trouble this time.
Well, until like glitch there. Means his average is to be 110. Beautiful. Control to the left. No, too straight a line. Ugly shot. Too ugly shot. Should have used the central line better.
Well, Taylor has lost 1, 2, 3 darts on the deck, and he's had 2 darts in the double. He's missed 3 darts in the double. He's missed, and he's still averaging over 110. Such is the majesty
100.
of his marksmanship.
And we are playing with a cruise to 10 legs here. Winner gets 125,000 quid, which will make 2 new walls and a swimming pool for Phil Taylor. They are loving it. Wade, as I say, only averaged 96 earlier against Whitlock.
There is no question that Phil Taylor tonight and his form has brought out the very best in James Wade. Wade hasn't played as well as this right throughout the Premier League, and he's still getting a little bit of a tousling.
100.
Good old Anglo-Saxon words like tousling, what you want. 6 out of 10 pops at the double. James 3 out of 5. Again, a perfect dart by the power. Slack, lazy movement on that one, though.
100.
Brilliant reuse of the lie.
Change required
121, Taylor on 130, and Wade needs this leg. 17, treble 17. Now the bullseye. Bomb Wade. Taylor with it.
Match from match. He's lifting his average to 101.5. He's matched Taylor's 2 top-plus finishes. We got a game on here. At Wembley.
Here comes Taylor back, roaring like the old Wembley Lions of old. And Taylor again has set up a potential 9-dart finish. It just goes on and on and on. Quite brilliant.
Been done a 9-darter in leg 2. Because James had the effrontery to take the opening leg. There you go. An acre, a barn door for dart 5. He hates it. He hates it.
There is absolutely no question at all that Philip Taylor is thinking about making a further piece of darting history by achieving 2 9-dart finishes on the same night. So you can see it in his expression when one is just infinitesimally off target.
Infinitesimally? You've been talking to Stephen Fry, you. Big words, big talent, big game. Our final. The 14 green weeks. Woohoo. He's throwing like a Stokey dream. And I still let perfect last dart!
Which leaves him a 2-dart potential finish. Should be bull double 16 with Wade a long way back here. Looking to trail again
60.
by 3 legs. Taylor just in command, getting a stranglehold on the match, Sid.
Pippin in the middle. Oh, 2 16s. 7 4.
In 11th place.
He actually missed that by a quarter of an inch. That was meant to be south. Biggest leg of the match, Dave. James has got to take this one.
Yes, it is. It's the biggest one for James Wade, certainly.
58.
He's played some beautiful legs, brilliant legs. But if Taylor gets a 4-leg advantage this near, then that's a £125,000 prize. Will be winging its way to Stoke. Surely.
Well, to be
100.
clinical, he lives in a mansion. Yeah, crew now. But he's still a Burslem lad at heart. They're loving it. Have you at home? Perfect lie. Perfect hit. Any way you like, James. Half the M25 to win, Matt.
140.
Yes, it would seem that he'd done the difficult part there with the first 2 darts. There was seemingly plenty of room, but he missed the treble. Taylor understacking here. Oh,
I'll cite again when he beat Barney 8-4 with 108 average.
43.
In week 3 in Coventry in 09. 6 legs on the trot at 120 average. Big lie, big lie.
100.
Should have been in the red pit, that Dave.
yes, and if Taylor comes piling in here with 180, it would turn this leg around. There's still room, one thinks, to the left-hand side of that first dart. He went for it, just too
100.
high.
The dart was too central, the marker was about quarter of an inch, no, eighth of an inch too high in the lie. That's not though. Looking good for a pop to make it 7-4.
85.
Pop to make it 7-5, check, that's a shot.
Yes, and once again, Taylor will be hoping to rattle his bones here with a big reminder that he's still out back. Yes, going to. Might be 18s here, you know.
138. James require 180.
I'm not sure about rattling bones, Dave. I think he wants to grind his bones to make oatcakes. Fat 18. A vital dart. He's got to watch the flight. Tops.
78.
Could that be
Phil, you require
the moment
120.
that James Wade lost this final? Taylor on the classic Shanghai finish on 20s. Needs the treble.
2 balls now. Because the 2 balls was the only shot because he blocked the 60.
105.
Blocked the 16. And made the decision to pull it tighter.
Just can't afford to miss, Wade. Can't afford to miss.
Gets it!
In a 12 flat.
Wow!
James Wade.
Game on! He's holding on to the coattails of a Tungsten Comet. It's a classic match. James Wade, the holder, trails the power. Champ, and there is the protocol. And there is the business face.
Who will have the kick? A vital kick now is going to be crucial. If it's Taylor, it could carry him past the checkered flag to £125,000. Has James Wade, this fella here on the mark, that's James Wade, has he got a final flourish?
Remember, he's the holder. Northern King a year ago.
135.
And playing for a first prize of £125,000. David may remember when you won a mini and a kiss from Diana Dawes. What a great average. 112 now. We're in the 13th leg. And he's hungry for more and more power. That's a lovely lie right in the middle. Went for the most difficult side. That was a bad shot. There was room. Half the bed left. Poised this. First to 10, the winner. Just under the wire, that second dot.
43.
43, the door open to zip to a 1-leg deficit. Dave Lannon, this is better than working for a living.
Well, it's one of those nights again that we'll be sitting and talking about Sid in maybe 20, 30 years' time and say, do you remember that night at Wembley when Taylor
54.
and Wade stood up and exchanged heavyweight blows in the final of the Premier League? But which of these players has the knockout touch?
Well, it's Taylor punched Stephen Fry, punched me in the ribs. I think he even
100.
shadowboxed one of the walk-on girls. He was so relaxed. What a match. James has had his average up from beating King, where it's about 97. It's been as high as 105.
Phil, you require 122.
Oh, no, that has thrown down the gauntlet to Taylor. He needs 122, should be 18s here. Now then, he'll stay there, I'm sure. Now he wants the bullseye. What a finish this would be!
Just pulled it left.
97.
The champ
James
then.
require 32.
The phenomenal talent that is James Wade is Taylor. Is nappy. Awkward. The weight is everything. The weight's got to be inside the flights. It's now Harry Houdini's job. How do you get through? 4 feet along the hockey. Is it in?
16.
Nowhere near.
You needed to be a surgeon for that one.
25.
Taylor on 25 Wade had 3 darts at a double here. How many will Phil Taylor need?
Double it! On the wire. We'll probably go south, half an inch, clean bit.
17.
To make the deficit a single leg.
60.
Sick as a chip in boiling fat, the power. 1 leg deficit. Across the board. 2 fours. Down the bottom, double 2.
Game charge in the 13th.
You could not make it up,
James
could you?
Wade.
Taylor looks pensive. He knows he had 3 darts at a double. That's the most expensive leg he's
14th
had.
leg.
But
James
there
to
is the
throw
dart
first.
that decided it.
Game
And it's
on.
kept this White and Mackay £125,000 final absolutely wide open.
Well, we've had a theatrical twist all night. There's Ibsen, there's Shakespeare. This is pantomime. This is, oh yes he will, oh no he won't. It's edge of the seat
99.
stuff. We don't have a Demon King. Or do we? Taylor, the winner of this title, 4 times since 05, thinks the title should be his.
48.
Taylor, who has had things pretty much his own way right through the Premier League, certainly knows he's in a rare old rough and tumble.
But this man is the only human being walking the planet who's beaten him twice in the league.
57.
He's the first man to beat him. Oh wait, beat him 09. Choir boys on a weekend off. Tongues locked with tension.
96.
Slack dart, should have been in, should have used the lie better, Div.
Yes, and Wade still got daylight in the scores and the throw to level the scores, 7 apiece. The final could go either way. You have to acknowledge the resilience of James Wade. Terrific.
Perfection! Took the lie beautifully laterally, then went lateral to the corner. He's got to repeat the process, left to right. Does it? He's made a great lie left. Oh, he went right. Game on now. Game on now.
Well, Wade has left himself a bogey finish, but there wasn't much he could do about that in truth. And Taylor can't finish either. What a leg this has been, Sid.
Well, as I say, he came back
125.
with 6 legs against Barney in the Premier League, 120 average. He's quite capable of dishing the power as the holder. Nowhere near. 4, a level
34.
game then.
James, you require
Yes, and
40.
James Wade was 6-3 down. He was 7-4 down, but he could go
Thompson!
elsewhere here.
Thompson gets 4 times winner of this title, plays the holder. You'll never get a better bit of sport on
Game
your
on.
box. Who's got the bottle? I'm not going to use cliches like who wants it. Whose technique will give a millimetre of escape. He'll use the middle lie. He used the 2 barrels. He got hard out Isaac Newton. That was an apple falling. That 3rd dart by Taylor. James chasing him there.
And whispered again, Sid, there's a 9-darter
100.
in prospect here. Taylor hits another 180 or 177.
Did a 9-darter in leg 2. We'd have him won the first leg. He's after it again. What a gas will be if he gets this one. He's on it! Again! He's on it again! He did it in leg 2!
Well, whoever thought I was going to say this, but watch James Wade. I called one, Sid. It's your turn to possibly call a second for the first time in darting history.
They're both coming down in 9-darter style first pop. Treble 90. Double 12! Dave Lennon, say it! Cause I'm gobsmacked! I am gobsmacked! Say it, Dave!
You are present in a moment of the greatest sporting history, certainly in darts. 2 9-darters in one night from Phil Taylor. Tell your grandchildren about that. That's the dart that did it for Phil Taylor, and that is historic.
Dave Lennon said in leg 5 he thought Phil was after 2. I concurred. 2 9-darters in one match. You wouldn't believe it, but you must, because it's here on your box.
Well,
Game on.
We really have to beg your pardon while we get our breath back, because this is a very, very special night. And he's only just got the lead with the throw, and he's done 2 9-darters, Sid.
Just shows you how good the other bloke is. James Wade, the only man to beat Taylor in all the years the league's been on since 05. He's the only man who's ever won 2 games in the Premier League, and he's thinking about it again.
Yes.
He won 3 9-darters in the same game.
Well, we just really can't keep going like this, surely. We're going to explode in here.
140.
Well, some people say we use hyperbole, we don't, we use Lifebuoy. What a man. He's going for the 9-darter again. He's on it again. Hardest shot in the world, the understacker. He gets it again. It's on it again. This is incredible. He's got it, he got it! He's on for the 3rd 9-darter in the match. The crowd are going bananas.
And there has never, ever, ever been a night in darting history, and possibly not in sporting history, where we've seen this. 147. He's done it once, Sid. You call it, mate.
This is for his 3rd 9-darter. On it. Treble. Missed the treble. 17. And he is as sick as a chip in a McCain's factory. You have seen something that me and Dave Lanning are drooling about.
Well, isn't this a wonderful occasion, and isn't this a great crowd, because they responded to that. And the spirit of this night will be something that will live with all of us who have been present.
131.
Going to do a 10-darter here, I think. Sid, 2 9-darters and a 10-darter from Taylor.
And the champ, the reigning champ, trying to go down in a blaze of glory. But taken from Sid Waddell and Dave Lanning, you have seen a night of sporting history. To it!
Game Charles in the 16th flag.
That's a 10-dart finish, and the crowd, although they acknowledge it, amazingly are disappointed at that. That's how brilliant
17th
Taylor has been.
flag
And it's a credit to this man, James Wade, that he's held on in there, and he needs to prevent Taylor winning this leg with the throw.
2 9-darters to win the Premier League, and to break the world record is still possible. He's on 112 at the moment. 116 he averaged against Part a year ago.
58.
You mustn't write Wade off. To say he's the man who ran 7 legs on Barney at 120 average in a Premier League match last season. He needs to keep them there, though, in the red bits. The champ giving it his all.
Yes, all credit to Wade. We keep saying that, but Taylor looks like he means to grab the trophy, to regain the trophy. Oof. And he's down, he's gained what, 50 in the lead. And all Wade can do is hit hard and hope.
Snatchy dart there, lovely recovery. Look at that! But the fight that Wade has made.
Just look at those facts and figures.
100 pluses, 1 in it. Now in at 140s. 12 180s in the match. Make that 13. Make that 13. This is fantabulous.
Well, Taylor on 123 for the title. He's done 2 9-darters. He's done a 10-darter. Surely, if he checks out here, Sid, to take the trophy, you and I can die happy.
I might have a pint shandy first. To reclaim that title, he's won 4 times. He wants to set the shot up and make Wadey.
83.
Wade has had 2 shots above 120 out to save the match and hold on to his title. They get the treble 17. Misses it.
And that could be the final act, and this could be the climax of what has been the greatest darting match in history.
Gonna watch the flight, has to come left, half an inch. That's a lie, he might go right, middle.
20.
Still, as I say, he's had some 6,
64.
7 and 5 comebacks in the last 14 weeks.
That's right, and Wade would have the darts here in the next leg. No, double top, so important, so critical, so accurate.
Charles in a 17 flag.
Greatest darts match in history. 2-9 darters, and he still can't get the oldest shot line off his
18
back.
flag James to throw first. Game on.
And Wade is still in there with the throw. Taylor has done 2 9-darters and a 10-darter. He's averaging 110.92, and he still hasn't got this match wrapped up.
Greatest tungsten flinging Devlin's ever seen. Joint commentating experience of about 75 years. Loving it. Lie in the middle. Easy as pie. What an upset! Space Cadet happy.
I think it's something like the last 5 legs. He's been on a possible 9-darters.
100.
And Wade matched him with the first 6 earlier. Thinking 9 darts for 3 in a match. One on the stack now. Has to get the green bit. The green grass. Down below there. Line slide. Here's the line beautifully.
34.
Disillusion from the crowd in the most good-natured way that Taylor has somehow blown another 9-darter. Still with a chance, you know, Wade.
140.
Well,
Still
it's
there.
just fantastic. The holder Wade. Right. Got to go lateral, not the easiest with that lie. Has to come
99.
sloppy shot.
Jones, you require
Right, take us
161.
to the 19th and deciding leg of this sensational match. Needed the treble to start the combination. The power is on a 2-darter to get his 5th Premier League title, Deadline.
88 the
65.
shot. He will make up his
Who
mind which way
require
he's going to
88.
go for the match and £125,000. 28, double, 14 for the title. Now Sid, which way will he go?
Barrel!
Go!
Brilliant!
Shot!
Air shot!
2010.
You've just seen
What
the
a goal!
best
Premier League
televised
darts
darts match ever!
For Taylor!
The holder went down. Taylor did 2. Repeat 2 9-darters. What do you say, Dave?
Go tell your grandchildren.